All right, sounds good. You all see my screen here? Looks like it's showing up. So what I'm going to show you all today, you're actually going to get early access into the new partner portal with Massive Networks. So as part of this beta group, you're going to get access. We'll give you a follow-up after today's session so you can log in, give your username and password. You'll be able to log in at this URL, so we'll send you that via email so you can get in. Of course, if you have any issue, you can always just click Forgot Password and do a password reset for security. It's probably a good idea anyway. So once you do get in, the very first time you're going to see this welcome screen just to get your account set up and everything. So when I click on Let's Get Started, this is going to take you to a co-branded welcome screen, and here you can click on Let's Go. So this is just verifying. We've filled in some of your information for you already. This is verifying that you fill in the rest of your information. And why this is a little more important than most profiles when you fill them out in new accounts, because this will actually load in on a lot of the different content we provided for you. So email signatures on different email marketing solutions we provided, or some of the PDFs, some of your details will be filled in. So you can fill that in here. Also, if you do want to get notified of any, once you start sending out email campaigns or sharing different collateral with prospects, if you want to get notified of like hot leads or click-throughs to those different campaigns, you could turn this on for email or text, and you can get those in your email inbox. Once you go through that and verify your info, if you do have multiple locations, this is probably just going to be one or two of you. You can fill in your own information as well for your own location. If you just have one main headquarters that you want to personalize on all your content, you can then skip this step. So I'll just move to social media. This platform also has the ability to send out social media campaigns. So you can go in and activate your own Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter accounts for your company and post on your company's pages. And I believe that our team's also going to be providing you with some social campaign content that you can use as well. So you can check that out, or you can post your own campaigns in here. I'm going to click on Next. And this is going to now take me into the organization profile. So again, just verifying all your info is correct so it loads in on all the content for you. So you just have to fill this in one time. And for instance, if I want to put in my logo, you can upload that into your gallery and select it here. I'm going to use my fake logo. Once that is done and you click on Next, you may want to keep track of some of your own goals each month with Massive Networks or for your company as a whole if you want to utilize it for this. So in here you can enter in the month you want to track and what your goal is for that month. And then there's also the opportunity to put in your actual deals and opportunities you have in the pipeline so you can see if you're meeting your goals each month or if you're on track. Right, and the last step of setup, you can enter in your website. This will give you the ability to track all the leads coming into your website, which is pretty neat. So if you don't already have a website tracking tool that you're using, you can come in here and enter in your own website, generate a one-time code, and this will give you instructions. You can drop this into your website, and then as you send out your email campaigns through the platform, social media posts, even if you're sharing some PDFs with prospects to view, like brochures, any click-throughs to your website, you'll be able to see what pages they're visiting, as well as anonymous visitors. So even if you're getting new leads coming into your site that haven't been added yet into the platform, you can see some details on those as well. So I'm going to finish this, and this is going to now take me into the dashboard. So this is the main page that you'll see ongoing when you first log in. If you ever need to change any of those details we went through, you can just click on this icon on the top right and go to update your user profile. You can see all the same details here where you have your social options and your main settings, things like updating your time zone and everything. This is just important if you're going to be doing any marketing scheduling of campaigns like email campaigns or social posts, so it's in your time zone. And then if you ever need to reset your password in here, you can update that in this section. Same thing with your organization profile. This will be all your company details. You can always go in and update, and that will update in all the content for you, as well as the planning section if you want to add some more months with your goals. So now if I go back to the dashboard, give you a quick overview here of what you'll see. So in here you'll see a few stats of things that are going on in your account. What's your engagement level? So this will tell you how engaged you are in the platform. If you're logging in and running different campaigns, then you'll have a really high number like this demo account here. You can also see any new assets that are released to you from the Massive Networks team. So if there's anything in here that you want to send via email or download to use or click to load with your info, I'll show you more details on that in a second. You can also look at the last email you sent out and a report on that campaign. If you want to see opens and click-throughs and the delivery rate. And you can see even more details if you go into the view section. So if you want to see exactly which points of contact we're clicking on your campaign and performing different activities. And then the web leads will show you we have options for landing pages in the platform if you want to create landing pages for your company, or if you are tracking those web visitors onto your own website, those will pop up in this section. And then here we also have lead scoring in the platform. So say you're sending out an email campaign, some social posts, you're sharing some different brochures with prospects to view. All of those activities are being tracked. And based on that, if a prospect's performing a lot of activities, then that will accumulate on their contact, and then you'll see them pop up here in the hot leads. So those will be good people. Really the web leads and hot leads will be good ones for you guys to follow up with and see if that's a good opportunity to talk more about different solutions. And then here you can also keep track of real opportunities you have in the pipeline. So if there's any in here you want to keep track of, you can enter in their info and also associate real leads with them. So if you have a potential opportunity, you can enter them in and add the associated points of contact. That company, I'll show you how you can create a new one there. Now we're also going to have some training resources in here for you. That's currently being refined, so you'll see that here when you get logged in. But you'll be able to keep track of the training steps in here. I think a lot of you guys are pretty savvy already with Massive Networks, but you'll be able to go in here and refresh yourselves on some of the training. We do also have a getting started with the partner portal guide here. If I click on this, this will help you get more familiar with what to do when you first get set up. We'll go through some of the things we just looked at, setting up your profile, activating your social media, generating your tracking code. And then you can try out some of the initial marketing features like importing your list and sending your first campaigns. So that's a good guide for you to get started with, as well as some different sales prospecting playbooks that we have available for you guys. So you can do it either for a specific service or if you just want to do some general follow-up. So maybe you have some really warm leads that you want to start following up with and trying to set appointments with. In here we've provided you with some resources to use along the way. So say I have this new contact I want to follow up with. I can go in here and add them into my playbook. Go in and say I want to send them a follow-up email to see if I can book an appointment with them. And here this will pull up the email for you. This will all load with your logo that you have in your profile and your contact info from your profile as well, so you don't have to edit that. You may just want to put in some personalized info based on either conversations that you've had with this prospect or information that you've seen based on their activity in different marketing campaigns. And once you're done, you can send it now or schedule it for another time. So pretty simple. Once you do send that out, It will timestamp each of your steps. You can keep track of all of your activities with your prospects. So I can now go in and maybe I want to connect with them on LinkedIn. This will actually search for this contact on LinkedIn for you. So you can go in and connect with them and try to do another touch point. And then there's some follow-up emails you can send, as well as some call scripts that you can use. So this will even pull in with your personalized info from your profile and who your end prospect is. So this will give you a nice guide to follow along with and mark down once you have the call. And you can see there's even some data sheets in here to use and a brochure, a lot of resources in that section. And we have similar sales prospecting guides for specific service offerings and products. So in here you can see one pipe multi-connect, prospecting, data center co-location, the premium internet and bandwidth, and so forth. Depending on what you're trying to sell, you can utilize those different playbooks. Now, say you're beyond your experience and you don't need a step-by-step guide. Maybe you just want to get in here and start doing your own emailing and downloading some assets. We also just have some quick links down here to get you started. So in here, you can go in and view assets. In this section, you can just pick and choose, download some things that you want. You can either look at the type of content. You see we have a lot of different PDFs and emails and videos in here for you guys. You can go in either by product, by asset type, campaign type, or the sales stage that you're trying to use. So in here, for instance, if I wanted to click on this postcard to use, I can either click to customize it, or I can go in and just generate it, and this will pop up with my logo and my contact info here. So you can see my logo for my profile is already in here, makes it easy, and then my contact info at the bottom. So this would show with your details here, and then you can go ahead and download these from this section if you need a high or low res version, or you can even send this via email or publish on social media and track those along the way. This will give some other ideas of related assets that you can use too. Right, so now if I go back to the dashboard, one of the initial things you may want to do if you're going to be sending out some emails through the platform is import some of your contacts. So you may have a lead list that you want to load in and send out some campaigns to. And here you can import a list with an Excel file, CSV file. You can click on Go and select your list, or you can go ahead and upload a new one. And this will just verify things like, are these good opted-in contacts based on your laws in your region? And then making sure that you're not going to have any duplicates. If you're going to use this platform a lot, that's one thing that you want to do to clean up your list. So based on the email address within the platform, that would be the unique identifier for the import. So if you have a bunch of leads already in here, and then you do a new import, it's just going to check the email address and update the info. Or if you don't have it checked, it won't update it at all. So hopefully that can clean up your list a little bit. And then in here, you can add to different lists. So maybe you have some new leads from a trade show you went to, or you might just want to add to a general lead list. You can either create new lists or add to existing lists here and match up the Excel spreadsheet headings with what we have in our platform. And then I can go in and finish, and that will import my list here. And once you're done, then you can start sending out your campaign. So now I can go and send an email. And you'll see we have a lot of different emails for you to utilize in the platform based on what you're trying to promote. So I can go in here and select my email. If you do need to make any edits, you can do that from this section. A lot of them we do already have mostly filled in for you. But in this example, if you did want to insert your own information in these different areas, you can. Now on the last step here, you can add your list to send it out. So I'm going to, on the right-hand side, you see you have the search icon here to look for different contacts, or you can just type in, maybe you just added your lead list here. If I click on search, I can go in and select different contacts, or I can go into my list and pick on my list that I want to add. All right, so once that is all done, I'll send this to myself here. I can then say, I want this to go on behalf of another team member. So if you guys have, a marketing person, your CEO, and a few salespeople, maybe you're logging in as the marketing person, you want it to go on behalf of your CEO or a sales rep. We can have you guys all set up in here and send on behalf of different people. Or you could also update the replies to go to a different team member as well. So let us know how you want that set up. And once you're all done, you can then go ahead and send it now or schedule it. Right, and this is also where you can view all your past email reports. We kind of looked at some of that already on the dashboard, so I won't go into detail too much on that. Now, one other item I wanted to show you here is the option you have to create your opportunities. So after you start sending some marketing campaigns and heating those contacts up, you may want to start following up and making some opportunities. So in here, you can create a new opportunity, go in and create a new record, and enter in the information of that opportunity. And it will let you pick from some massive solutions here, services here, but if you have something of your own that you want to keep track of, you can enter that in here as well. Right, and as you enter in that information, you can also put what stage that they're in. Once I click on next, I do want to show you as well, we have these set up in this section. So if you do have any pieces of collateral that you want to send to this opportunity while you're putting it through, you have the option to pick different assets from here as well. Now here I'm going to put some points of contact with this opportunity. So you may have, a CEO, decision maker, an influencer that you want to add. And then on the last step, I can either close this out or update it based on the stage that I'm in. And click on finish. And then you can see all of the opportunities you have in the pipeline here. And there's also some quick links to the training section as well as the lit building locator. I think that most of you know about that. So you can go in and enter some details on that section. That will just take you out to this page. All right, so I think that is the basics of the overview. As Mickey, I believe, recommended, there's an assist me in here too. So if you need any help with how to do anything, on the very bottom, you'll see this assist me. You can go in and from the onboarding steps, it has some of the things we talked about, like updating your profile and updating your password and so forth. If you go into the help section, you can also just search for how do I send an email, and it will walk you through those steps. So it will show you how to get there, what you need to click on. So we try to make it as simple as possible for you guys. And if there's anything that you can't find and you need additional help, this help section will go to the massive team. So Mickey or Kevin will be able to reach out to you and get you the help that you need.